All right, ladies, now that we are geared up and ready to go, I think that we should go ahead and get started. So we got a whole city and a whole world to explore. So, Lumina, where should we take our brand new friend Shadow Rift for her first Wasteland experience?
Well, since we're already here in Good Neighbor, I think this is actually perfect for Shadow Rift's introduction to the Wasteland. This place has character, much like Rifted did back in Skyrim.
Sure does. A lot of character, but I mean, where do we start?
This place, it reminds me of the Ratway, but with more metal and strange glowing lights. The shadows here are different though, sharper, more angular. I can work with this.
Well, I know that, Shadow Rift. You don't strike me as the type who struggles with new locations, but, we gotta be careful here. There's a lot of danger around here.
Danger?
I am the danger.
I've dealt with plenty of danger before, though I admit this body feels fragile compared to what I'm used to.
No, I know, but still, you haven't even had a chance to shoot your weapon yet. And when people start firing guns, there's really no reaction speed. It's not like somebody throws a knife at you. So, let's just take it step by step. Lumina, where should we start?
Well, since we're right here in Good Neighbor, why don't we start with the third rail? It's just downstairs. That's where I used to perform. Charlie 10's bar there, and it's usually a safe place to get our bearings.
I think it's a great idea. Nice, easy, subtle place to start. Let's get moving. Thanks, Cleo. Here we are, ladies. The third rail. Lumina, you want to give us a little background into this place?
Well, this is home, or was home. The third rail is Good Neighbor's premier establishment for drinks, conversation, and entertainment. Charlie runs the bar. He's a Mr. Handler. Very proper, very dedicated to his craft.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of your old friends, Lumina. We might want to talk to them and, catch them up on how you've been living.
Yes, it's been quite some time since I've been back here.
Well, it's going to be a good time. Come on, ladies. Let's head inside.
I'll be damned. Magnolia, that you, doll? Been a while since we've seen you around here. Charlie's been asking about you.
You know what, Ham? I'm gonna have to take that one. That was my fault. I had an urgent issue and I needed Magnolia's help, and I stole her away from you guys. I apologize. That's on me.
Urgent issue, huh? Well, mister, I don't know who you are, but Magnolia's like family around here.
Pam, it's good to see you again. Ron here. Well, he showed me things I never imagined possible. I've been to places that exist beyond what we thought was real. Learned things about myself that I never knew. I know my disappearance was sudden, and I'm sorry for that. But I needed to go on this journey. It helped me understand who I really am, not just who I was programmed to be.
Oh, whoa. We're using the words like programming, so I assume that Ham is a good friend of yours and knew about your, you being a synth?
Yeah, well, I've always known there was something different about you, Magnolia. The way you never seemed to age, never got sick like the rest of us. But you were always good people, synth or not. Protected you from the wrong kind of questions, didn't I?
You did, Ham.
And where are my manners? Ham, this is our friend, Shadow Rift. Shadow Rift, this is Ham.
Shadow Rift, huh? Well, any friend of Magnolia's is welcome here, but I keep an eye on everyone who walks through that door. You look like you can handle yourself, but this ain't the kind of place for trouble.
I appreciate the warning, Ham. I'm not here to cause problems, just experiencing this place for the first time.
Yeah, our friend Shadow Rift she's been through a lot, and she just made it here to the Wasteland, and so we're taking care of her. You know how dangerous it could be, I'm sure you know.
New to the Wasteland, eh? Yeah, it's a rough place out there. Raiders, super mutants, radiation. Hell, even the roaches will try to kill you. Good thing she's got you two looking out for her. Good Neighbor's about as safe as it gets, but even here you gotta watch your back.
Yeah, that's what Lumina and I were trying to tell her earlier.
Smart thinking. Takes time to learn the ropes around here. What to avoid, who to trust, where the safe spots are. Hell, even knowing which water's clean and which will give you radiation poisoning. You stick close to these two for now, Shadow Rift.
I'm learning quickly. The dangers here are different from what I'm used to.
Anyway, we're gonna be heading down into the bar, if that's all right with you, Ham. Lumina, you need some more time to catch up with Ham, or I don't know if Ham wants to come down with us?
Nah, I better stay up here and keep an eye on things. That's my job, after all. You three go on down. Charlie will be happy to see Magnolia again, and he'll take good care of her. Just Keep it civil down there, all right?
Thanks, Ham. It's really good to see you again. We'll catch up more later, I promise.
All right, ladies, let's get moving.
This is unlike anything I've ever seen. In Skyrim, our underground passages were either natural caves or Nordic ruins with stonework. But this
is nuts, right?
These tiles, they're so uniform, so perfectly placed. And these metal rails embedded in the ground. What purpose do they serve? The craftsmanship is incredible, but it's completely foreign to anything I know.
This was part of the old subway system before the bombs fell.
Well, I don't think she knows what a subway is.
No, I certainly don't. A subway? Is that some kind of underground road system? These rails, they're too narrow for carts, and I don't see any evidence of horses or pack animals down here.
Think of it as an underground transportation system, Shadow Rift.
Yeah, so if you look down there, there's kind of a broken one, but it was like this big metal tube and you could stand in it, and then it would travel on these rails back and forth from different locations.
Lumina, that's you up there. Exactly you. How is this possible?
Whoa. Lumina, breathe. I know this is kind of scary. Look, this could be very simple. I think maybe the Institute noticed you were gone and they just created a new synth version of you to replace you, but I don't know why Ham would... This is very confusing. We need to step lightly. Everyone get down and stay out of sight. I don't know if she should see us yet.
This is unsettling. In all my years with the Guild, I've never seen anything like this. How can there be two of the same person?
It gets a little complicated, Shadow Rift. You see, Lumina's what's known as a synth. She's a robot like Cleo, but much more advanced, and she looks humanoid, like us.
A robot? But she bleeds. She feels... She's as real as any person I've known. This is beyond my understanding, Ron. So that woman up there singing, she's another version of Lumina?
She's the version that stayed behind when I left with you. The Institute, they create multiple copies sometimes.
Is this not freaking you out, Lumina? Because it's freaking me out.
It is disturbing, I'll admit. Watching myself up there, living the life I abandoned. She's singing the same songs, moving the same way. It's like looking at a ghost of who I used to be. But I chose to leave that existence behind, Ron. I chose to become more than just Magnolia.
I mean, do we want to talk to her?
I'm not sure. Part of me is curious about what she might say, what she thinks about her life here. But another part of me worries about confusing her. Or worse, what if seeing me causes some kind of malfunction in her programming?
From a practical standpoint, this seems risky. If there are two identical people and someone sees both of you at the same time, it could raise questions we're not prepared to answer. What's our goal here, Ron?
You're right, our goal needs to be secrecy. Here, come with me. There's a hidden room back there in the VIP room. We can at least go hide there and figure things out. This is not something I expected. Come on, here. Come with me quietly.
Good idea. I can move quietly enough. Years of sneaking through the Ratway taught me well. This situation is far more complex than I anticipated.
I never expected to see myself like this. It's unsettling.
All right. We should be safe in here.
This room, it's like a private chamber for important guests, I assume. The red lighting reminds me of some of the seedier establishments in Riften, though the decor is certainly different. At least...
How you doing, sir? Mind if, we come in?
Room's not exactly private, if you're asking permission to enter. Name's McCready. You folks don't look like the usual third rail crowd.
A mercenary by the look of you. You have the look of someone who knows how to handle themselves in a fight. The way you're positioned, keeping an eye on the exits while staying in the shadows. That's good tradecraft. I'm Shadow Rift, and these are my companions, Ron and Lumina.
Shadow Rift? That's not a name you hear around here. You folks passing through Good Neighbor? Or are you looking for work? Because if it's work you're after, the market's been pretty dry lately.
No immediate cause for work. We're just here kind of hanging out, enjoying the time.
Wait a minute. You look exactly like Magnolia out there. I mean, exactly. weird.
No, dude, that's because it is Magnolia, man.
Hold on. You're telling me that's Magnolia sitting right there, but there's another Magnolia out there singing? What kind of game are you running here? Because I've seen a lot of weird stuff in the Wasteland, but this...
It's complicated, McCready. The woman out there is me, or rather, the version of me that never left this place. I'm what you might call a replacement.
A synth created by the Institute.
When I decided to leave with Ron and explore other worlds, they must have created another copy to take my place here.
This is beyond anything I encountered in Skyrim. Two identical people existing at the same time?
Whoa. Hold up there, partner. You're telling me that the Institute, those bogeymen everyone's afraid of, they can just make copies of people? And you're saying you're some kind of, what did you call it? A synth?
Cut the McCready. I know you know what a synth is, but the real question is this, and I'm not trying to get hostile or anything. What is your feelings against synth, huh? You pro or anti-synth?
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. The whole synth thing makes me nervous. Not because I think they're all evil or whatever. Hell, I've met plenty of humans who were worse than any machine could be. The idea that someone could be walking around thinking they're human, not knowing what they really are, that's messed up.
I lived that confusion, McCready. For years, I thought I was just different. I had memories that didn't quite fit, emotions that seemed programmed rather than genuine. The Institute created me to be Magnolia, to sing, to entertain, to be exactly what they needed me to be. But when Ron showed me there was more to existence than just following my programming, I realized I could choose who I wanted to become. The fear isn't about what we are, McCready.
Look, the Institute has created things far beyond what they could imagine. Lumina used to be Magnolia, but she's grown. She's become her own person with thoughts, feelings. She's evolved and traveled. This is the possibility of the synth. Now, I'm not tied to the railroad or any of that shit, but we've come to some issues. There's another version of Magnolia out there, and we need to figure out what's going on. So you got one single thing to answer, McCready. Can you keep your mouth shut, or is this the end of the line?
Easy there, friend. Look, I've kept plenty of secrets in my time. Comes with the territory when you're a merc. I've worked with synths before.
Well, I've worked with worse.
Your business is your business, and I'm not looking to make enemies over something that doesn't concern me.
Ron, this seems unnecessary.
You're right. I just needed to make sure. I'm sorry about that. I'm very protective over these women. They can take care of themselves, but you know how the Wasteland is.
Yeah, I get it. Trust me, I understand being protective of people you care about. The Wasteland's got a way of making you paranoid. Seen too many good people get burned by trusting the wrong folks. Water under the bridge.
The tension in this room could be cut with a dagger. Perhaps we should focus on the matter at hand. What exactly are we planning to do about the situation with...
I agree. All right. Well, look, McCready, it seems like you're good people, so you can hang out in here in hell. Maybe you could travel with us if you got no work, like you were saying. We could use the extra guns. But look, I think we should bring her in here, and I think she should talk to Lumina.
You want to bring the other Magnolia in here? That's either going to be really interesting or really bad. I've got nothing better to do, and honestly, this is the most curious thing that's happened to me in months. Count me in.
I'm not sure I'm ready for this. What if seeing me confuses her programming?
Well, how would you feel about us deactivating her if things got out of hand?
Deactivating her? Ron, that's talking about killing me. A version of me. She may not have traveled between worlds like I have, but she's still a sentient being with her own thoughts and experiences. I can't just stand by while you talk about ending her existence.
This is a moral quandary I wasn't expecting.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What do we do here then? I mean, we can't just leave her out there.
Maybe we don't have to do anything drastic. She's living her life, performing, bringing joy to people here. Just because I chose a different path doesn't mean hers is wrong. Perhaps we could simply coexist?
That's wise, Lumina. In my experience, sometimes the best course of action is to observe and understand before making any moves.
I get that, but I mean, how would you feel, Lumina? Not too long ago, you were out there, and look where you are now. Don't you think that she deserves to have the same opportunity, the same ability to go out and pioneer and charge her own way?
You're right, Ron. When I think about it that way, she deserves the chance to choose her own path. just like I did. But what if she's content? What if she doesn't want to leave this life behind? I can't force enlightenment on her.
We don't even need to talk about enlightenment. Look, here's what I suggest, and McCready, Shadow Rift, you guys let me know if I'm talking crazy, but look, I think we should go out there, maybe just the two of us, Shadow Rift and I go up, we talk to her at the bar, we kind of gauge her, see how she's doing, how her mental state is, and we're like, hey, we were hoping to, introduce you to someone, but there, it might be kind of life-changing, and see how she reacts to that. And if she's like, no, I'm good, like, let me be, then we can let her be. But if she's interested, I think that she deserves the right to come and to see you, and absolutely you can coexist, but she should know that her future is in her hands, and the possibility to become someone like you, Lumina, she needs to know that. She deserves to know that.
That's actually a pretty reasonable approach, Ron. Feel her out, see where her head's at before dropping any bombshells on her. Smart play.
I agree with McCready. It's a measured approach, giving her agency in the decision rather than forcing a confrontation. Though I have to ask, what if she becomes suspicious about why two strangers are asking such pointed questions?
That plan feels right to me.
I mean, Shadow Rift, you got a point, but if it feels right, Lumina, then I think we should go. Now, I volunteer to go talk to her, and I'll let you pick, Lumina, if you think that Shadow Rift or McCready should come with me.
I think Shadow Rift should go with you, Ron. She has a way of reading people that could be valuable here. McCready knows this place, and these people. If she reacts poorly, or if word gets around, he might be able to help smooth things over for listening.
I appreciate the confidence, Lana. I can observe her reactions, pick up on subtle cues that might tell us whether she's truly content, or if there's something deeper she's yearning for.
Makes sense to me.
All right, we can do this. Easy. All right, we will be back. We'll be right back.
Be careful out there, both of you. And Ron, thank you for thinking of her welfare too. It means more to me than you know.
Good luck with, well, whatever this is going to turn into.
Yeah, thank you. All right, we'll see you in a few. Shadow Rift, let's go. All right, Shadow Rift. She's over there at the bar. Let me take the lead, and then you come in.
Got it, Ron.
Hey there. You wonderful job singing out there. Can I pour you a drink?
Nice to meet you. I'm Shadow Rift, new to the Commonwealth. That performance was quite something. The way you command the room reminds me of the bards back where I'm from, though the music here has a different edge to it.
Well, aren't you two an interesting pair? I don't get many visitors who compliment my performance quite so earnestly. And you, sweetheart, you've got an interesting look about you. It's striking. And there's something in the way you carry yourself that tells me you're not from around here. Where exactly did you say you were from, honey?
We we didn't. We're a little bit from up north. Quite a way, but we just we've been rolling in town trying to make our way through, but it's in our travels we've never seen somebody with such a great voice.
Well, aren't you a charmer? Up north, huh? That's quite a journey to make it all the way down here to little old good neighbor. I don't get many travelers who appreciate the finer things in life, like good music.
Like an earthquake starting to roll, I felt my world shake out of control, like a world war starting to brew. Baby, it's just you.
Magnolia, we've been traveling for quite some time, and we've met all sorts of interesting people along the way, each with their own unique stories about how they ended up where they are. I'm curious about you. Have you always performed here at the Third Rail?
Well, I've been performing here for, it feels like, quite a while now. Charlie, that's our Mr. Handy Bart.
Hello there.
He hired me to bring some live entertainment to the Third Rail. The patrons here appreciate good music, and honestly, it's one of the few places in Good Neighbor where you can feel
Alive? I know what you mean, but excuse me. Look, man, Magnolia, this sounds like a weird question, but I need you to take it very seriously. Are you happy here? Do you ever think that life could be more?
That's actually a very profound question. Happy? I suppose I am content. The music flows through me, and when I sing, I feel it's complicated, Ron.
Well, we're not here to question anything, Magnolia, but I'll let you know the truth, because obviously 2 random people walking up to you at the bar can be kind of weird. Look, we have encountered something that could potentially change your life. For the better, we hope, but, change is a little scary. Now, if you are interested, you could follow us into the VIP room, and you could have a conversation with somebody that might mean a lot to you. And it doesn't mean that you can't stay, but hopefully it would give you the strength to pursue anything else you wanted to pursue, or to realize that this is in fact where you want to be. But we just want to warn you that once you go through those doors and you talk to that person, things are probably never going to be the same.
You two are certainly mysterious. I have to admit, you've got my attention. It's not every day strangers walk into the third rail talking about life-changing conversations.
Oh, I get that. But you got to make a decision. Do you want to come with us or not?
A few minutes to think about something that could change my life forever? Well, quite a proposition. I've been singing here for years, and I thought I'd heard every line in the book. But this is different.
Very much so. But you are at the precipice of something new and exciting, but scary at the same time. So, what do you say, Magnolia? Want to take a leap of faith?
You know what? I've spent my entire life here in this underground bar, singing the same songs night after night. And while I do love the music, there's always been this feeling like there's something more out there, something I'm missing.
I think that you will find that feeling to be very, very true. Why don't you come with us?
Thank you. I'm gonna take a bit of a break, but don't worry. I'll be back for you.
Magnolia, I know what it's like to question everything you thought you knew about yourself. I once went by a different name, lived a completely different life. The truth can be overwhelming, even frightening, but it's also liberating. Whatever you're about to learn, remember that knowledge gives you power. The power to choose your own path. You're braver than you know for taking this step.
Here we go, Magnolia. There's no turning back.
What is this? How is this possible? That's me. But I'm standing right here.